sell it anymore.
I saw somebody post
like
picture
selling candy?
Yeah, they
Oh,
can't
yeah.
sell candy anymore.
Yeah,
And I
people
saw
are
somebody
hustling.
post, somebody was cleaning her kid's backpack or something.
Yeah.
Dollar after dollar being pulled, 5 or 10, and like it was crazy.
I just had a friend on Instagram who posted her.
That's probably the same
It's
person.
probably the same person.
Yeah, and he was like, by the way, it's my kids.
It is the same person.
I'm not the one.
It's the same person.
I can't remember who it was.
I remember who it is, but
Okay.
Tell
me after, I guess.
I will tell you after. Sometimes I don't say people's names on here without like permission or just, like, you know.
Yeah, but and it's a small town, and I think the only people listening to
if you're watching this, you know who you are. I will give you a shout out if you give me the.
You want to be in the pod?
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Axe and Old Spice. One's kind of the younger man's thing, and then there's the next step in maturity. You got Old Spice.
Oh my god. Figuring he was riding a horse at some point, and then he just turned it
Like
he
they
was
weren't the
in
same ever since
shower.
Terry Crews stops doing it.
Yeah,
Crews was
when
really
they got that
bad.
other guy like less buff or less defined, I'm like,
Yeah, the Terry Crews one was just,
yeah.
especially the muscles.
Let's see if I can focus mine real quick.
Oh man.
Seems fine. I'm just brighter than everybody else, I guess.
Uh,
All right, so
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Two Dads in a Pod. I'm Miguel. There's Walter here. We're doing a little quick sesh before our next sesh.
Yeah,
Pretty
I mean, why
much, so.
not?
Well, yeah, we have conversations every time we're waiting for our guests, so we figured.
So why not just?
So why not? So
have 'em on
these
here.
are going to be a little smaller, but
Hopefully, just as fun.
just as fun.
They'll be fun for us at least.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we can talk about that since I talked about my back.
Oh yeah, I know, right? So
My
first off, it's been about a month since we last met for
Yeah.
other reasons.
Yeah, because COVID. You had your
I
wedding.
had that
Yeah.
5-year anniversary
Yeah.
thing going on, and then thankfully your
Yeah,
back isn't
something.
enough to pull us away. But
As long as I'm sitting down, I'm fine. I gotta be honest. I was since Thursday. I haven't really gone to the restroom as much because I'm afraid I can't get up, kind of thing.
honey, I need
Seriously,
help.
no, she's like, hey, if you need help, let me know. I'm like, God damn. Like, I just had a flash forward.
Are you having a flashback of Mom? I'm done.
No, yeah, my grandma,
Okay.
abuela. The thing that sucks is we have memories of that. We're not like young enough to. Oh, he forgot. You know.
Oh no.
No, we remember our ass getting wiped
Mhm.
by our parents or aunts or whoever was around at the
My
moment.
mom.
And if they didn't, and nobody was around, you'd wait until somebody was around. Cause
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know
'Cause
why I was so.
You wanna get that-
I can't remember why I just didn't wipe my own ass.
You want to get that fresh feeling?
Maybe maybe. But so I had a flash forward when I was on the toilet today,
Yeah.
and I'm like, is this what I'm gonna be in like when I'm 70? Somebody like taking care of me, like going and wiping my ass, or like
You hope.
how is
not.
that gonna? You hope not. You think you're mobile enough until like deathbed kind of thing. Hopefully,
Yeah. I
hopefully.
don't know. I feel like I'm gonna just put me out. If you have to
Yeah,
take care of me
just-
too much, just put me
Yeah,
out.
Yeah,
If I can't do,
if I can't wipe my own ass, I think it should be like in my will or something, or like my my instructions on how I go out, kind of thing.
euthanize you.
Euthanize. Just while I'm watching TV, come right
Yeah,
behind me.
just put in the IV and I won't notice. Just put on.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that I think about, like, God, I'm gonna have a hard time when I'm older, as a
Yeah.
senior.
Yeah.
I have a lot of mucus in the morning, and I'm like literally gagging and like about to throw up sometimes because that's how much I gag. And I'm like, imagine when I'm 70, I'm just gonna have a hard time, and they're gonna think I'm dying half the time too.
Mm-hmm.
They're like,
Like,
okay,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
good, he's good. Like they're just waiting for me to spit it out. If they don't hear the spit,
or like that, like 1 second interval between a snore.
yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Oh God, yeah. No, there's that's a real thing. Like I remember,
yeah.
I remember when I was living with a roommate and I was knocked out on the sofa, and they said like you stopped breathing for a couple times. I'm like, what? So yeah,
Do you have sleep apnea?
Maybe, I don't know. I've always wanted to record myself sleeping. Like,
So I have a friend who's done a sleep study, and
yeah,
and sure enough, he does have like sleep apnea.
yeah,
And I mean, I've roomed with him a couple times over the years to just like, he's a loud snorer, like
Yeah.
just a loud snorer. I feel bad for his wife.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I mean our own parents. Where you see those meme videos where like,
yeah.
like you know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I saw one where Snow White was like sleeping or something because she
Yeah.
ate the apple,
Uh-huh.
whatever. But in the caption it said, when your mom or girlfriend, I can't remember which one it was, but like when they're sound asleep, they look like angels, but then you see her. She's like breathing in and out.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that.
no, I mean, yeah. So the back issue is just the little small things that I just take for granted too. Putting on socks.
Yeah. I'm sure once you get out of it, you'll be like, okay, well, I dodged the bullet.
Oh
there.
yeah, and then I'm like, oh, now I'm more
Now I gotta feel
conscious. I
great.
gotta start
Yeah.
I gotta start,
Yeah.
And then like a month later, I'm like, what was I doing again?
Well, it's weird because now, like, you have to, when you get it past an age, and especially when, like, we haven't been physically fit for a while.
Well, yeah, we haven't really. I mean, since
I mean, I haven't.
I got out of high school, it's like very little.
I was, once my other kids started coming around, like, I stopped the gym. You
Yeah,
know, and I don't take care of myself physically as much as I used to.
yeah. I know in 2018 I had that big like transformation, and
I
then,
remember
like,
that, yeah.
I was every
Oh,
day,
no, yeah.
every day, 10 miles at least, walk and run, gym on top of that.
That's your
and
bread
then,
and butter.
yeah, and it was just like all this time, and then got a girlfriend, got married, had a kid, and the other day I was like talking to a friend. And I was like, how did we have so much time to do all this stuff? It's like, well, because you didn't have a family at the time.
Yeah.
It's different now.
Moral of the story. I'm just kidding.
Well,
just kidding. I'm just
Don't
kidding.
get us in trouble. man.
No, I'm not going to. That like.
And I'm very happy. It's just
No, yeah, yeah.
I think we need to
There's a balancing issue. No, not an issue, but there's a balancing thing that happens as soon as you
transitioning over to balancing it. But then like you have your oldest is how old?
She's 10 right
She's
now.
10, and
Yeah.
your youngest 3.
3.
3.
Yeah.
So you start thinking to yourself, like, all right, we have to learn how to balance it, right?
Yeah.
My kid's it's gonna be 3 in December, and I'm like, so it's been almost technically 3 years already because of the whole pregnancy part too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, we just gotta figure out how to balance it out. 3 years later, yeah, we still gotta figure it. It's just one of those things where like I think something needs to click at some point for us to be like,
I want another one.
we got to do this.
Oh yeah. Have you guys? I know you guys had somewhat of a plan the last time we talked about this, which was like, geez, like almost a year ago. When one of our
Yeah.
first episodes, we kind of talked about this. So I
Go on
went
a
back.
walk, like
Just planning to have another one.
another
Like
kid.
have these conversations come back with you and your wife?
Yeah. No, we
Do you
definitely want.
do you guys
another
still have? Okay, so it's still like you guys we're good, right?
one. I mean, the only difference from having 1 to 2 is another kid.
Yeah, right now.
Now, if I was like,
In my situation,
no,
3 kids and thinking about having another one.
no, yeah, I think 3 would be a pretty much my limit.
Mhm.
I mean, things happen. You kind of adapt and stuff, which is funny because online I see like people with like 4, 5, 6 kids.
I know.
And they're all like back to back to back, and they're like, "This is our family." And
Yeah.
I'm like, "What the hell do you guys do to have so many kids
know what?
and be comfortable with that?"
I think it just depends on people's lifestyles. And
Yeah.
obviously, I don't think certain lifestyles are great for having multiple amount of kids, and others are like great for it. It's just,
Yeah,
but there is like that doesn't make the other person a bad parent or a
right.
different type. It's just you should know your limits after a certain age and be okay with that.
Yeah, the one thing I do.
But it's also hard not to compare yourself to like other
Yeah,
people on
especially
there.
on social media, especially when you're on social media, or if you're talking about another family member who has a certain amount of kids, because like. I mean, one advantage of having, I guess, multiple kids is a tax.
Yeah, there's
You get
that.
there's I know
Some
family
girl
mem-
man
yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Yo, babe, let's make another kid.
it's
We need
like
another
tax
3K in our,
exception,
But it's funny because like you're rewarded in in this country to have kids. Well,
Well,
kind of.
kind of. It.
You know,
I
you're
mean,
kind
if
of
you really like go,
I mean, if you're
it
okay,
doesn't necessarily balance itself out.
compare. I mean, I'm not a numbers guy, and I don't know who
No.
would have them, but compare a single person
Mm-hmm.
at $80,000 a year or something, just a random number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Compared to another
Family of
family
like
of five
5 and 80,000.
and 80,000.
Oh, that's like that's.
They get more money back. Like,
Yeah, but at the same time, well,
you think they'd
there's
be spending
wasn't
more
there.
money,
They are,
but they're both spending probably about the same in rent, if anything.
right, but not in clothes and
But
food
not in
and
clothes
all
and
that
food and
other
stuff like
stuff.
that.
So there's definitely for the single person, there's more time for fun,
Yeah.
whereas the other one is just more for like keeping the family fed,
Yeah.
right? So there is a balance issue there. Like
Yeah.
they do get technically more money, but to what though?
Yeah, towards
Towards what? The
Yeah.
kids or the family, not so much for like the single person who just
right.
hey, I can go travel or
Yeah.
something, or I don't want to do anything today.
Yeah, or if you were smart enough, save up as much as you can while you're single.
I mean,
Right?
that's just what I did.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
I
what
know.
I did when I was. By the time I was 19, I had like 10,000 saved up in my savings account.
Oh dang, no, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I started working since I was 16.
I think I was 24 by the time I was comfortably able to say I had 5 figures in the bank.
Oh, yeah?
Which is more than
Yeah,
10,000.
yeah, yeah.
And then I moved to Paso, and then way
See?
more expensive over here.
See, for me, then I got married the first time.
Yeah. And then after that, it took a while to get some savings again, and then I mean we're still pretty good, but it's very interesting to see how much more goes out of the bank and out of your pocket once you're married and have kids compared to like
Yeah.
just taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
And everything. Which it's fine. It's the way things work. But at these gas prices, it's getting a little. I'm wondering how people are managing though, because there's people who budget
Yeah.
to last year's prices. You know,
Yeah.
$4,
Especially
$3,
people who
$3.50.
commute.
Especially when people commute. So I can
I mean,
only
I'm
imagine
wondering if they're
what
just starting
they're
like
going through.
ride share programs and stuff. Maybe.
I mean, yeah, hey, let's
Yeah.
start carpooling. Hey, let's start going to the dollar store and getting our, chicken nuggets there instead.
there you go.
There's things that people are changing and stuff like that. But not even the dollar store went up 25 cents each.
Bastards, you call it a $1.25 store.
Yeah, I think they're gonna change. I can't remember, but I think
That's
I was talking
dollar
to
plus. I think
dollar plus. There you go.
that makes sense.
That gives them room to keep adding more.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because now it's not false advertisement at that point.
They planned ahead.
Bastards.
It's okay. It's still pretty cheap
Yeah,
stuff.
it is.
So there's speaking of dollar store, there's when I was younger, I guess I can say, and I was doing a lot of soul searching and self development and stuff like that. I ran into this concept of arbitrage, business arbitrage, like something about arbitrage. You flip stuff. You buy something,
flipping stuff. Yeah.
and you flip it.
So people make a
and
living like that.
Some people go to the dollar store, buy things that you use your Amazon app, scan it how much it's selling on Amazon or on eBay,
Yeah.
and buy a whole bunch of those and sell them on eBay. So some people are actually flipping that way.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is crazy, but
It's a lot of like tedious work though. But
it very much so, and also like imagine how much backstock they have of that. So at one point, it's maybe I'm sure some people kind of fall in debt that way just because they're like, well, I have to hold on to these until, and
Right.
if they perish, that's money lost.
yeah. So I bought like $30 worth of stuff one time
Mm-hmm.
to see if it would sell. Nothing big.
Just,
But and the thing is
how
like
active were you on that though?
not very much. I just posted it and then like checked it every few days
See,
or
just
something.
that's again, it's one of those like a lot of time gets invested in some certain things
Yeah.
that you have to like find out if it works or not.
Yeah, but at least the last like 3-4 years, I've been
Yeah.
thinking a lot about like
Yeah.
trying to.
Yeah.
Obviously, the dream is to have your own business, to like
Yeah, of course.
to have your own income that we're like kind of like free from having to go in, clock out kind of
Mhm.
thing. But I think in today's world, it's so much easier to actually test things because we have the phone.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you imagine we were in
try-
high school trying to flip things? there was barely any eBay. I mean, the best thing about eBay was the commercial. Nice bling bling. It's on eBay.
There was one time middle school when I was middle school. Sorry, stuttered there.
Middle school.
Middle school, yeah. There was one time middle school where I was hustling Mexican candy, accidentally.
Yeah.
Accidentally, I brought up, you know, those watermelon lollipops.
Yeah.
With the chile and all that stuff on there. We had just gone to Mexico and came back. I grabbed like a handful from the back and threw them in my backpack just because I wanted to be like eating them throughout the day.
And then somebody's like, I'll give you $1 for that.
That's exactly what happened. They're like, dude, where'd you get them? Oh, I got them from Mexico. That was before like when many stores would be packing that.
Yeah.
Like not even Food for Less was having that. You had to go to like either a specialty store. I don't think the Discoteca was there.
Discoteca probably had them, but there were.
But maybe like low in stock or something because I don't remember. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't go there too.
Yeah.
But there wasn't many.
But like not packs, right?
No, not packs. Like the fucking.
Yeah. I remember my family bringing back packs.
Yeah. The big ass bags are super cheap over there.
Yeah.
And some dude, I was just just there eating one, and some dude's like, "Where'd you get them?" We just went to Mexico. I'll give 50 cents for that. Okay. Like 50 cents. And 50 cents in middle school was like, you can get like less than, you can get probably a drink and a bag of chips. Or something. Maybe not with 50 cents.
Well, 50 cents. You had those gas stations that sold that big old cup of sodas for 50 cents.
See that? Yeah, that's true. But I would just buy everything at the school, what they had.
Oh, I didn't really.
You didn't do that? I did that. No. I did that, and
if I did, it was something not worth it.
Well, like if you got $1, I remember like hot Cheetos were 60 cents.
Yeah.
And then you can get maybe like a juice or something for 25 or something, but. Like I think with
now it's outlawed in school.
Yeah, you can't get soda anymore.
I saw somebody post
like selling candy.
Yeah, they can't sell candy anymore. Yeah, and I saw somebody post. Yeah, somebody was cleaning her kid's backpack or something.
Yeah.
Dollar after dollar being pulled, 5 to 10, and like it was crazy.
I just had a friend on Instagram who posted her.
That's probably the same. It's
probably the same person.
Yeah, and he was like, "By the way, it's my kids."
It is the same person.
I'm not the one.
It's the same person.
I can't remember who it was.
I remember who it is. But
okay. Tell me after, I guess.
I will tell you after. Sometimes I don't say people's names on here without like permission. Or
Yeah, but it's a small town, and I think the only people listening to
if you're watching this, you know who you are. I will give you a shout out if you give me the.
You want to be in the pod?
If you give me an okay, I will give you a shout out next time.
Here's the thing: when I saw that, and I'm like, I hope that parent leans into that because that is the kid taking his initiative on his own.
It was initiative, yeah.
On his or her own. I can't remember if it was a boy or girl, but I was just like. That's kind of thing when it starts showing up in elementary school, lean into it.
Yeah.
Obviously make them still do their homework and stuff like that. But like there's certain things that kids as they're growing up will show you what they have interest in. Mm-hmm. And if you never lean into it, like they'll always there's always that little, I think in my opinion, that little gnaw on the back of their back of the subconscious going like, I really like that. I wonder why I didn't, pick it up.
Well, for us, yeah, definitely. For us, it didn't happen because our parents were very controlling in what we should do. Oh, yeah. At least mine were.
Yeah.
Right. There was no, hey, I have interest in here. Like, oh, you should maybe think about doing this. There wasn't
I was really good at networking when I was a kid.
I mean, we still are now.
Yeah, we still are now. Yeah. But when I was a kid, I remember let's say it was like an outing of a school, whatever. I would literally be the one talking to the teachers or the professionals that were around or something like that, and like that would be my most of my conversations for that. And obviously, I would go play with the kids and stuff like that. But I did notice I was very much having a conversation with adults.
Yeah,
almost everything we did. And I remember that's how I got into Avid. At one point, I was talking to the Avid teacher in middle school, and I was talking to her, and she goes, "I think you'd be really good in Avid." And it's like, what's that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just people who will have like these aspirations, and they want to, they need a little bit of help, or they can help each other. Blah blah. All right, cool, yeah. And I met some amazing people there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just got into Avid for a few years, and like I wouldn't have never gone in there if I wasn't talking to this teacher, kind of thing.
Yeah. Something like that still happens to me now. I mean, just recently, my wife wanted to do something with her hair, and I'm like, and usually anytime, see, my wife's not from here, right? So like, I've been here since I was 3.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people, at least from town. Like, still not a lot of people, just a good amount of people.
Yeah.
And she said like, oh, I need to do some of my hair, and I was like, oh, I have somebody on Instagram who's like doing hair.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, tell me about him. You know, so sure enough, she went there. Like, it's like, it's kind of. I usually end up just throwing people like, yeah, you know, I know some other person. You know, it's kind of cool when I tell somebody, oh yeah, I know the GM.
I know this person.
I know the GM of Park Cinema. It's like, and they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, I've known this since high school. It's like not a big deal to me, but some people they're like,
oh shit,
oh no what the hell, you know?
Hook it up.
They haven't done that.
No, there was what's it called? When I was in Lemoore, this guy put me in a really awkward position because when I go out, when I'm not working and I go out with friends in Lemoore, when I was over there, I would say I work at the theater. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah. I wouldn't go into it because the following questions are like, hook me up with the job, hook me up with the movie. Yeah, you're also what's playing? You're also humble about it. Yeah, I'm not at work, bro. I wish I had something that would help me find showtimes. Bring out like a little booklet of just like. And I pull out my phone. Nowadays, I do like, oh yeah, let me check the app real quick. Like,
I say, fuck that. Like, dude, I'm not working. You pay me for this.
But yeah, so we went to this party, and it reminded me a lot of like the high school parties when we went to somebody's house until like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then somebody's like looking out the garage door, cops, you know, whatever, and then scatter. So it felt like that, but we were all adults. But that's what it felt like.
Yeah, I didn't experience any of those, so I was lame in that department.
I went to a couple, and the funny thing is my brother was tall enough to look outside the garage. So I always saw him standing by the garage, and I'm like,
the paranoia is kicking in. It's like a meerkat.
Yeah. Car passes by. He always seemed, you know. Anyway, so we went to this party, and you know, everybody, hey, how's it going? What's your name? And then at some point, somebody asked, like, so what do you do? Like, oh, I work at the movie theater. And this other business owner from downtown, was there too. And he starts like.
At a high school party?
No. It reminded me of a high school party, but we were all adults. I think you missed that part.
I did.
We were all adults, but it reminded me of that. I mean, there was a freaking sword stuck in the ground in the backyard. It was weird. Okay, I mean, I pulled it out just to make sure I'm like chosen, you know. Yeah. But
like an Excalibur,
style,
the master swordsman there. Yeah.
So, and he goes like, "Do you know who this guy is?" Like he was telling his son that was there. His son was more, 21 or older, and I was just like. He's trying to like he took it as a learning as a teaching opportunity for his son to like how to network, right? Yeah. It's like, you better remember this guy's name. I'm like, dude, you don't have to. It's like the most awkward. It's like, he runs the movie theater. It's like, I'm like, yeah, hi, I'm Miguel. It's like felt like an AA meeting. I run the movie theater. But it was funny how like some people look at you or actually, try to promote your image a little bit more than you do yourself sometimes,
Yeah.
I just thought it was very interesting that happened. And even in Crystal's Side of the Family, they've known me for a while now. Mm-hmm. And then not too long ago, they were like, they were saying something along the lines of, wait. It's like they barely clicked in their head. It's like, wait, he's the boss over there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit, no way. I'm like, and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh. Because I think we were talking about how I went before hours to go watch a movie, like on our own kind of thing.
Oh yeah, and they're like, how'd you do that?
Show, whatever. Oh, they let you? I'm like, yes, I let me. There's small little perks here and there. I still try to keep as humble as possible because I've seen people who like are just power hungry sometimes, or like they think
best way to go. That's the best way to go about it. Just do the humble way and be like, let other people.
I've just seen too many bosses out there that it goes to their head and they can say and do things that they wouldn't normally done or said before, which kind of sucks.
So I take it it's like whenever somebody meets you that you're not like, oh yeah, I run it.
No,
I figure you wouldn't be like that.
No,
that's how I am with like the podcast too. Like,
yeah,
I don't. That's
so the podcast. I don't like. I usually tell people like. Because if I have to bring a subject up that was mentioned in the podcast, I obviously have to say, oh, yeah, a friend of mine, we have this podcast called Tuesday Night Pause, and we were talking about blah, 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 blah.
I'm still yet to get to that point because I feel very like I'm going to get a big head just by saying that. Because it sounds as oh, I have a podcast. And it's like we'll still only have 24 subscribers on YouTube. So it's like
it's going to grow, man. It's gonna grow. It takes a minute.
Yeah, of course. It takes a while.
Every podcast or YouTube or whatever the combination is, I've known, their first views, 100, 200. And then like after 100 episodes, they're like blowing up.
Right.
So maybe on episode 100 we'll make
it's to be very diligent. And I love doing it.
Yeah,
but I'm still not there where I like talk about it. I still feel embarrassed is not the right word, but like I feel like I feel uppity by doing that. And maybe I shouldn't, but I personally, I'm just so self-conscious still about myself and other things that like
you haven't pulled out your phone and showed them the podcast or anything?
I haven't, no, because it's like, I feel like if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see it. Right, like you'll see that, and then not only that, my friends are usually the ones like butting in and just being like, "Oh, he has a podcast." I'm like, "You're bringing that up now, huh?"
Oh shit! No way.
Yeah, it's usually how it goes, and
I think that's one of the things that I want to do more for people is help them create their podcast.
Yeah, I know that's one thing that
because it's just one, I have the equipment already.
Yeah,
Mom, don't.
Mom, I'm on a podcast.
Mom, I'm on a podcast. That's the first thing that through my head is like, stop calling Mom.
Well, it said Mom on there, so it was my mom that was calling me. So. Thanks a lot, Mom. I'm just kidding, I love you. She's going to hear this.
It's funny. So it's funny when people listen to other people's podcasts, they watch TV, they see these like big productions going on with it,
studios and stuff,
little studios and stuff like that, and then just like even the camera changing by itself, whatever. Like, obviously they have the people helping with that, but I'm just like, I can do that for you if you want to start a podcast, because I think it's a great idea. I think everybody at some point is going to have some sort of podcast situation, because it's like Facebook, like not everybody had it at the beginning, and now everybody does.
Well, what I love about our podcast and our platform is that, like, I've noticed some people, especially coming with parenting, I noticed a lot of people will like put they'll put a picture on like Instagram, and then you'll see like this like paragraph long thing. It's like and it's like
script. That's a good script.
And it's
for
exactly.
A podcast.
And every time I've seen that, I'm like, I kind of want to get them on here because.
Yeah. They have something to say.
Well, they have something to say, exactly. And then not only that,
say
like
what you need to say.
JCPenney days right there for me. But I feel like I thrive off of watching somebody talk about something. You get more emphasis on things. You can look at their facial expressions when they're talking, and maybe something. And so, I feel when if anything, their friends are gonna want to hear about this. Right. And then when they see it, they're like, oh my God, I never knew this about you. And I feel that it's just so much is better said when it's like live or recorded than with than like in text. Right. And so I mean, it's not like they're gonna be like like facial like put the camera towards their face and like say, hey, this is what happened to me. And like I feel like how we do it in conversation is so much easier because you sometimes feel like we're not being watched.
Yeah,
but even though because you get so deep, what the hell? No,
there's cameras here.
Yeah, we get deep. We get deep into thought, and I think that's what helps, at least getting more people to know like something more about you. Because I know, like me and you here, like we're telling people, whoever wants to know, we're telling everybody things that most people wouldn't know unless you hung out with us.
Yeah, unless you hung out with us on the afternoon or like any moment. Like if you hung out more than 30 minutes with us, you'll be learning a few things.
Like only like my best friends really know so much more about me, where like others. I
talked about not wanting to go to the restroom because I'm afraid to not be able to get up. Exactly. Simple things like that. But if you saw me at a grocery store. Hey, how you been? Oh, okay. See you later. How's the kid? Great. All right, bye.
Exactly. Right. That's usually how it goes. So like,
let's have a conversation, man.
Yeah, that's it. And this is when we get guests up here, and like especially the ones that we have planned that we haven't been able to.
I know there's a backlog of people.
We have a backlog. That's fun. It's fun to think of that. Like I'm like, I feel
trying to
busy.
Get you in, man. I'm sorry.
I feel busy on this, right? Yeah, it's like I guess like, you think of the ceiling from when we first started this, and then now we're bringing people on, like the ceiling kind of like got up a little higher, right?
Yeah, at some point I know we've talked about it behind the scenes, but like adding another day, whether to to have somebody here or just us have a conversation
right? Yeah,
because there's there's certain things that pop in my head randomly. And
all
I'm like,
the
oh, that'd be
time.
such a good subject.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Somebody's birthday. We can talk about third birthdays. I mean, your kid just had a birthday. One of them, right? The
In March, the 3-year-old.
So the 2-year-old.
The 2-year-old became 3. So my youngest, and then now what are we in May? We're almost in June. Yeah, the next 2 are having their birthdays are like a week apart.
Hey, that birthday was for both of you.
It's kind of happened. I mean, we
at some point
we've mixed in 2 birthdays.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've done it. Actually, we've done it almost for the entirety of the 4-year-old's life right now. But we might be heading off to separating that, and just kind of doing like, what do you want to do, and then what?
Because your oldest has a different taste now than your
they're
second.
It almost doesn't really matter. It's like there's cake, there's party. She's happy.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's one of the things I always tell myself. Like, as long as there's cake. As long as there's like soda pop, because then like kids will go crazy for that. It's something to bounce on.
Yeah,
and a piñata. That's it. That's all you need. Put some
they
music.
Like.
Yeah,
I mean,
but now I'm seeing like.
You think about how grandiose like a 1-year-old party starting again. It's like, they're not gonna remember anything about that.
Yeah,
right.
Like, neither will the parents, because how much they drink.
Yeah.
You remember your 1-year-old's birthday? Nope.
I mean, one thing my wife has been sometimes telling me, she's like, I mean, do you remember any of your like younger parties? I'm like, yeah, of course I do. She's like, do you remember your parents in that party? I'm like, yeah. She's like, how were they? I'm like, a little stressed out, probably not having as fun as we were. She's like, exactly. I'm like, got a good point. You know, like, but it all really depends, like, whatever we want to do.
Yeah, I mean, that, and I think that's why, like, when Sophia gets old enough and I'm gonna ask her, what would you like your party to be, now we have some sense instead of just planning a birthday, because that's what my mom would do. She would take us to the comida china over at the Dragon Palace.
Yeah, Dragon. That's what we do too. That was
for a celebration.
That was a bit. Yeah,
that was the place to be.
That was
for middle school to high school celebration.
Get your Sunday best. We're going to la comida china.
That's their outing,
That was our outing.
It's so funny because
you could eat as much as you wanted.
Yeah.
They would still complain about the prices though.
Oh yeah. Do
you remember there was another Chinese food restaurant, like really close? It's not there anymore, but it was where where Tackins, is that where it is?
Really? There was a Chinese restaurant there?
It was in this small little like hole in the wall. It's only like 1 aisle long.
I don't remember it.
No? And it was before Dragon Palace, and then Dragon Palace came in, and it was like that
put them out of business, probably.
Probably. That Dragon Palace was like a little better than this one over here, but the prices were cheaper here, but a little more expensive, better here.
I just remember my dad getting sick from eating too much shrimp there. I'm like, don't eat so much shrimp.
I know, right? Didn't you learn?
And then he stopped going there after that. It was just one of those things where like we go places and then we have bad experience,
gets sick and then they're done.
We're not going anymore, pretty
much. Here's one for you. Are you gonna do a quince for Sophia? I know you have plenty of time to think about this, but
it depends. Depends how she's growing up.
Mm-hmm.
If it's straight up like traditional stuff, then sure we'll do quince. But if it's very like we're really Americanized and stuff like that, then Sweet 16 or something.
How do you feel about quinces though? Like, how do you feel about tradition? You've never been to one?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
So
I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, because I think some of those you have to be invited to.
Pretty much.
People are jerks. Because you have to like do the dance and all that stuff, right?
I was a chambelán once.
Yeah, I don't know what that drink is, but it's just it's one of those things where like, because it didn't happen to me, I'm not like gonna force it on her because I don't know what to expect, how the flow goes.
I think it's a tradition. I'm okay skipping.
It's a Sweet 16, but just a year older.
I'm okay
a year earlier.
A year earlier, but it's not. God, if you really,
I didn't have a Sweet 16 too, either, by the way. Like, who does that?
Who the hell does Sweet 16s?
Matt TV.
Sweet MTV.
MTV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sweet
Matt TV.
16. God, I hated that show.
It's like, I didn't get my car in the right color.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly,
Or just celebrate the birthday. There's
why
there's
you
no
just
there's
celebrate
no.
birthday.
Well, if she wants to wear a dress on her
Well, I mean,
16th
one
or
time I started
15th.
thinking about quinceañeras, and like I thought about like the creepiness aspect of it. Because if you think, I don't know if these are just my thoughts, people. Okay, so don't come like, but okay, so it's about a woman becomes like that's her
girl becomes
womanhood.
a woman,
Girl
yeah.
becomes a woman or
Yeah.
womanhood. If we think about it back in the day, I'm pretty sure that was like the time she was able to get married.
Yeah.
Or be pawned off to old school style things. So I'm sure the chambelanes were or chamberlains, and if we're gonna English it up here, they were the potential suitors.
Quinceañera.
They
Yeah.
were the potential suitors
Uh-huh.
to marry her.
Oh.
Back then, I don't know if
There was no age limit back then?
Well, I mean, no,
Well,
probably
yeah,
not.
my grandpa, my grandma was like 15 or something.
Yeah, I'm sure
her.
there was no age
They
limit.
just literally took her.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was like freaking 30 almost.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, isn't that kind of like,
It's a little weird.
it is a little weird. Like, just imagine, like when you think about the potential, like, coming, like, I'm sure there were some that they're like at 13. They're like, oh, I can't wait till she's 15 so we can marry her and then get all this stuff. But it's like you're scouting her.
Yeah.
Like
They took it for baseball.
okay, but baseball's different.
No.
Right? Yes, you're gonna try and get a home run with that one too, but I don't know.
There's certain traditions that if you follow them all the way back to its origins, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it is compared to today's standards.
Yeah.
But either way, I was never really into like the whole quinceañera thing.
Yeah,
my sister had one, but
I've never went to one. I've seen only videos of family members going to them. Again, I don't know why I didn't get an invite.
Wanna go dark again?
So, but when I was a kid, any birthday parties that we went to, it was very much like sunset to sunrise for my parents. Whatever, they went hard. I remember
Mexican parties.
Yeah, Mexican parties. I remember
Mexican parties are like, you get there late as long as you bring the beer, you're good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was insane. And then things started changing once my sister had like her baptism or whatever.
Mhm.
I remember like my mom getting really drunk and my uncle, we was getting in a fight with somebody else because
What was it over? Los
some
Bukis?
girl, some other girl promised him a dance or something, and he was, or some
Oh my
woman,
God, that's
and
funny.
then it was weird. And I'm just like, I mean, if you really, 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 really think about it, I mean, this is a family event. Who was not related to us there? That's the question.
Oh God, I know, right?
So I'm like, anyway. But that was like, I don't know the whole story on that. I just knew my uncle came out really pissed off, and
Did somebody?
she was dancing with
I was gonna
another
say,
guy.
did somebody diss Los Tigres del Norte or something? They're like,
No. My dad got mad one time because we got the wrong. So he gave money to my other uncle
Mhm.
to go get beer, and in order for my uncle to save some money, he got the cheap
stuff.
ass beer, and my dad was pissed.
Why did he pocket it?
I guess so.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of, because I stayed at home that one night that happened, and I invited a friend over because I was like, oh, they're gonna be gone until like 2:00 in the morning, and I wasn't allowed to have friends over, so I actually had a friend over, and like we're just
without
hanging
them
out.
knowing?
Yeah,
Oh,
we were hanging out in my room playing like Guitar Hero or whatever, I can't remember, and I hear my dad
The
outside
Trans Am?
talking. No,
Oh,
not the
no.
Trans Am. He was outside talking on his way, and I'm like, oh fuck. Stay here. I close the door, hear them come in. My dad like pissed off. Look, la chingada. Da, 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 da. And he goes into the restroom, and I'm like, he's in there. I'm like, oh shit.
wait,
And
the friend was in there?
No.
Oh.
My friend was in the room with me.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know where my brother was. He probably stayed with my aunt and uncle at the party kind of thing. And I opened the door. I'm like, hey mom.
Oh, you told your mom?
I told my mom, I was like, hey mom, I have a friend here. She goes, hi mijo. And she like looks over to the restrooms like, okay, go.
Yeah.
So he sneaks out. Nice. And
Distraction unit,
yeah.
go.
The funny thing is I didn't drink or smoke cigarettes at that point.
Yeah.
But my friend, he took advantage that there was a couple beers in the fridge.
Oh my God.
So when the beers were found under my bed, my mom thought I drank them.
So you didn't drink any of them?
No. He drank 2.
That's ballsy. Okay, first off, that's ballsy of you for even letting them do that.
Yeah.
I would have been like, fuck no.
Yeah, but I mean, it was. I don't know if he was just a bad influence or something, but it was just. It was an interesting night to like test the waters on all these things.
Yeah,
inviting a friend over,
and he smoked too.
He didn't smoke.
Okay, but
I hid the beer.
So how'd that trend, like, how'd that go with your mom after they found us?
She goes, "¿Por qué están estos aquí?" Or like, "Why are these under here?" And it's like, "Oh, when my friend was over." Yeah. Like,
Did they believe?
I don't know. She just threw them away. But like the fact that she was cleaning under my bed was weird. To be honest, she never would clean under my bed to begin with. So it was just.
Oh, so she was suspecting of something already.
She probably saw the beer gone or something, or
no, I think
she thought something else.
Look, honestly, Mexican parents like that, they're metiches. You know that's what they do. You know that's what they're.
Yeah.
No. I remember. Okay, so I remember when I got my credit card. I got my first credit card like at 18, I think.
Through your parents or on your own?
No, back then they were giving basically credit. You're 18. They were sending.
Without an income, right?
Yeah, they were. I mean, I was working.
Oh, okay.
But they were sending like offers.
Once you're 18, yeah, they still do now.
Do they?
Yeah, I still get offers.
Okay, so
Capital One.
Well, you do now.
Yeah.
But when I don't know if
when
they
do
do the 18 year, because nowadays they're like, oh, you need somebody to sign on for you, or like because
they still do it when you turn 18, I think. I could be wrong.
I feel like because they've been losing out a lot of money. Because people have been just getting into debt. They just go for what's it called? Bankruptcy, and then
they just get sent to collections
or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I had my first. So I remember they said it's a good idea for you to build up your credit, and they told us to everybody, which I have awesome credit now. At this young age, it's the only thing I have going for me. No, I'm just kidding. For a potential suitor, when it was to my wife, oh yeah, I have perfect credit, 800s, baby.
That's funny. I gotta work on mine.
Anyway, so yeah, they said the first offer you get, take it. Like they send you an offer, just take that one. Yeah, first one I got was a Capital, one. I was always good with my money, but God damn it, the one time where I just spent so much on it, and my plan was I was literally waiting on my next paycheck. That was gonna cover the entire thing. I was gonna be broke that whole 2-week pay period because I was still living at home.
Yeah,
I was gonna be broke, and I was okay with it. I'm like, I didn't need it. It was fine. And of course, at that time, I was like 18, 19. My parents still open my mail. Like they still open it. As soon as they see that. Anything, I don't know what it was. Anything yours, they're like, oh, aquí está tu correo. And it's like they're all open.
That one time.
Yeah, that one time where I was over the limit.
Oh, I've had open mail too from my mom too. Mijo, esto te llegó.
Yeah,
why is it open?
All of them are open, right? That's why I remember when I was getting like, I don't know if they did report cards from Cuesta at that time, but I was like, fuck. Like, I'm still afraid. You know, like I'm still afraid. But yeah, sure enough, my dad opens it and he's like, what's this? And I'm like, I'm literally paid, and like I got in trouble still over it. Like, this is no está bien, you know, like you're heading down a wrong path, basically. And it's like, I was gonna fucking pay it at my next paycheck. Can't you just believe me that was what I was gonna do? Like, do you see me doing anything stupid? No, because I'm inside my house playing video games. Like, what?
That's one thing I never understood from my parents is like, and I think I talked about it before. The only time I would actually in high school, I would stay out late when we were at the library.
I remember you told me that, and they just fucked it up for you.
Yeah,
you're just like,
and
I'm done.
They got mad, and and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go do some hoodlum shit then.
Yeah, no, right? Like literally at that time, all I did was go to work, go to school, come home and play video games. I wasn't doing my homework, but whatever. That's a different story. Yeah. Like I was just playing video games. I wasn't out doing much.
Yeah.
And yet I was already going down a wrong path.
Yeah. That was funny. No, when I was 18, I did start smoking cigarettes. Mm-hmm. And it was funny, though, because I was still in high school when I was 18.
Yeah, right, of course.
And I remember showing up. And I feel bad for this guy. And one day, I'll see him and I'll apologize. But he took a fall for somebody smelling like smoke when they were in the classroom. And the teacher literally singled him out. You smell like cigarettes. Get out of here. Da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh, shit.
That was you.
That was me.
Wait, did he know or did he just...
No, he did smoke cigarettes, too. But it's just like...
Oh,
I can definitely tell it was me.
Okay, so it's more on your self-con, like your conscious is that what did that, right? It's not like He probably just took it. He's like, yeah, I probably do smell like
Yeah, I probably do smell like cigarettes. I'm out,
Right.
Plus, I don't have to listen to her. Whatever the case
That's
is.
true. That's true.
But yeah, no, there was that. I mean, there's other times too. Like, I would get home and I had Axe in the car, just in case. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I remember hanging out with Tom, and he had a whole system too. He had toothpaste and a toothbrush in his car. He had Listerine and Axe body spray.
Yeah.
And after a night, I'm like, dude, I don't think any of this is gonna help because we smoked quite a bit.
How long did that go on for?
Smoking?
Yeah.
In general?
Yeah, in general. Did you quit? Have you quit?
Yeah. I haven't
okay.
smoked since December of 2018. Around the time Crystal
okay.
and I started dating.
Okay. So see that, guys? Some good things do happen.
If it's worth, okay, ladies, if he won't quit for you, he
ain't legit.
He ain't legit. I'm telling you right now, people, if it's worth it, it's worth it. It's that simple.
It is that simple. If
they want to, they want to. If they don't, they don't.
They don't. Yeah.
That's why I never understand when people are like, "Oh, I'm trying to quit." I'm like, just quit.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, some things are harder to quit than others, but
did you do cold turkey?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I was in Vegas in December for taking my aunt and dropping her off with other family, and then my grandma was with us too, so I drove her back. But there was a night where other friends were there at the same time, and I went hang out with them, and I'm like, hey, I'll catch up in 1 second. I stood by a trash can, smoked my last one, almost full pack, and just threw it away.
What made you make that decision though? Like, what did?
I was coming back home to Crystal.
Oh, okay. So you.
I didn't want to smoke anymore.
Does she know?
Yeah, she knows I quit.
No, but she knew you were smoking and stuff. And
yeah. She asked me. She was like, "Do you smoke?" I'm like, yeah. I was like, okay. And then she told me, like, "Well, if you smell like smoke, I'm not gonna kiss you." And I'm like, deal.
That's an incentive. That's an incentive. Yeah. I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
Again, if he ain't gonna quit, then
yeah.
I mean, there's a reason.
I think we'll just leave it at that because we have to get the other guests coming in right now.
Yeah, that's another good topic to talk about later. All right. Well,
addictions and just addictions.
All right. So, cue us out.
Oh.
Yeah, good enough.
Goodbye.
Anyway,
yeah.
Subscribe, like, tell us what you think. Tell other people. We'll see you later.
Tell your mama.
That too.
Boom, boom.